ऊपर जाएगा क्या?
उसकी तबीयत ज़्यादा खराब नहीं लग रही?
ऊपर जाएगा क्या?
भाई ऐसे कौन बोलता?
यार ये सब छोड़ना, बस ये बता दे स्टॉक ऊपर जाएगा कि नहीं?
नहीं पता भाई।
यार कुछ तो पता होगा, कुछ तो पता होगा यार। कब जाएगा ऊपर?
फिर से ही पूछ लो यार।
सर बता दो, प्लीज बता दो।
Chill. Okay. I think this is what we should talk about today. I think a lot of people come and say, क्या रिलायंस ऊपर जाएगा? क्या नाइका खरीदना चाहिए? क्या Zomato is the next stock with 100x? एक मल्टी बैगर बता दो ना. The truth is, no one really knows where the market will go. But that doesn't mean you can't make money from it. You need 3 principles that we'll discuss today. One of them is diversification, but we need to learn how to spot a trend. And a lot of it has to do with these guys over here. These are our institutional investors. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to break down this video into 3 parts. First, we're going to understand how does the market work and how does money flow into the markets. Next, we'll see how we can use a simple method to find where money is flowing. Now, I won't really give you a strategy, but you will get a sense of where entry or exits could happen. But please don't actually buy the stock. It's a great way to know long-term direction of any stock in the world, including India, of course. And third, I'll also cover a little bit of things that don't work, some risks, and stuff that does work. So you know what you're getting into. So let's get started. So we need to first understand the flow of money. Now, what do I mean by that? Generally, some kind of institution decides where money is going into what kind of asset. So this could be a domestic institutional investor, like say a mutual fund. It could be say a foreign institutional investor, like say JP Morgan or Citibank or some hedge fund. It could be private equity. It could also be a pension fund. Now, pension funds are really large. They have a lot of money and they deploy money into different assets. There are also insurance companies which invest money. And there are a lot of different kinds of companies which put money into different asset classes. Now, what are these asset classes? These asset classes could be stocks, it could be gold, it could be land, it could sometimes even be startups. And all these different asset classes are decided by these institutions and managers. Now, I want you to think. As a manager, if you're managing a large amount of money, so these guys are thinking in terms of decades. So they want to take lower risk, but want to invest for a long period of time. Now the question is, will such a company invest in, say, a penny stock? A stock that's 2 rupees, unknown company, a bunch of people are running it? Of course not. This money is for pension. So they have to make sure it's going to a known company, like say an Infosys or say an HDFC Bank or one of these companies, because they can also handle the amount of money they want to invest. So basically, these guys have a lot of money invested over a long period of time. Now I have one question for you. Let's suppose, let me do this in, guys, nikal nahi raha. Okay. Let's suppose we have, say, Infosys, okay? Now, of course, I'm not saying buy Infosys, it's just an example. And let's suppose this institutional investor wants to invest, say, let's say he wants to invest $1 billion, okay? $1 billion. Rupees mein, this is about 8,000 crores. First question, can he invest this in one single day? What's the answer? No, I don't think so. It cannot. Before you do that, pause right now. Tell me in the comments, how is this person going to invest this money? It will be interesting to see what you think before I tell you the answer. Also, before I continue this, I really hope you enjoy this video, but it takes a lot of effort to build this. And more than half of people who are watching this will never subscribe. I want to change that a little bit. Can you please just pause, hit subscribe, hit like. It will really matter to us, and say something nice in the comments. I promise this video will be useful and you can use this right after this video is finished. Anyway, let's continue. This 8,000 crores is staggered over many months. So he will say, okay, we will put some money in month 1, we'll put some more money in, say, month 4. Now, why did I say 4? He'll probably look at the quarterly results. Then maybe he'll say, okay, month 6 ke around, I'll do it again. And he'll stagger this investment over a long period of time. So he is buying, pause, buying, pause, buying, pause. And all these people, let's suppose, also want to invest in Infosys. Now, my question is, when all these people are investing in Infosys is just an example, what will happen is this staggered buying over, say, a 7-year period will make Infosys ka stock price look like this. Do you agree? If all these different players are staggering their buying over a long period of time, the price of the stock will look something like this. It'll go up, it'll come down a little, then they'll buy, then they'll go down. And these are block deals. They're buying in blocks. Interesting, right? This very phenomena, because the structure of the market like this, is called a trend. Now, why are they buying? They're not buying because of the trend. They're buying maybe because the company is good. They're buying because maybe the earning is good. They may be buying because the industry is good. They may be buying because percentage hai. They're buying because moat hai. They're buying because blah, 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 all these reasons. But you don't need to worry about it because you can spot this trend, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can spot this trend in this video. Now, their behavior creates 3 kinds of trends. Now, when I'm talking about trends, I'm not talking about 1 day, 2 day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm talking about decades or years, at least 5 years. So we're talking over a long period of time. Now, whatever their behavior is, will do 3 things. It'll either create an uptrend. It'll either create a sideways trend. I'll just call this sideways. Or it'll create a... I probably moved out of the camera, but who cares? This is called a downtrend. Now the question is, how the hell can we find out whether the trend will continue or not? Like I said before, we are following the money flow. If the money is flowing here, we will just follow it. And we'll do this with multiple companies and only the top 50 or top 100 companies. So fundamentally, the companies are good. We'll do it over a long period of time. But the question is, how the hell will we do it? Let's talk about how we can actually spot a trend. Are you ready? Let's go. I've actually taught this a long time back. In fact, before I tell you how you can detect it, LearnApp started as Market Scientist in 2013 or 14. It was called Market Scientist, and this channel you're watching on is the same channel. We renamed it to LearnApp. And this was the video. I had a horrible accent. Please don't click on that video. Aap subscribe kar lo, but don't watch this video because I have this crazy accent on it. I had come back from abroad, but I taught really well, I think. And a lot of people saw it. And someone in the office said, we should recreate that video in today's times. The beauty is, since then, it's been almost 9 or 10 years, the fundamentals have not changed at all. So it proves what I said then and what I said now actually works. And what I'm saying is not something I've created. This is borrowed knowledge from other great people. It's just that we have a nice studio and we can sort of teach much better than everyone else. Here is what a trend looks like. Now remember, I drew this like this. But we have to break this down. Huh? This is not what an actual chart looks like, correct? We've looked at those charts. They're freaking crazy. Let's understand what it is. All right. This is also called price action. The first thing that happens is markets go up. This is called a rally. This can be made up of bars going up like this, right? But I'll just draw a straight line because it's easier to understand. Remember, this kind of analysis can be done on anything. You can do this on bajra, wheat, cotton, kisi bhi cheez pe ho sakta hai, because this has nothing to do with stocks. It has to do with the psychology of these guys. And these guys are not that smart. Sometimes these guys fall down, like SVB Bank we saw. Sometimes they're really smart. But most of the time, these guys are good risk managers. So let's understand what it looks like. As the market goes up, this is called a rally. It's just a bull phase. Then the market falls down here. Now this is when something magical happens. You see this top over here that's formed. Keep an eye on it. Market's fallen down. Then the market goes up again. So I'll draw a new. Now it's made a new high. Now when the market goes down and goes up, this low is called a swing low. Here's the question. If this is one swing low, how many swing lows do we have right now? Pause the video, put it in the comments. Okay, I hope you did not fail. The answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is an uptrend. How do you define an uptrend? Higher swing low. So every time there's a higher swing low, we call it an uptrend. Dekho, ye higher, yes a higher, yes a higher, yes a higher, yes a higher. Now, what do you think is a downtrend? So a downtrend is. Actually, before we do that, tell me this. Every time we're making a higher swing low, we know that this is strength. Okay? Buying हो रही है higher points पे. Now, if this number 5, if this breaks, so price comes and it breaks below this number 5, what does that mean? Is this a sign of weakness? Yes, it is. Actually, as soon as a swing low breaks in an uptrend, it means weakness aa gaya hai. Can you write this also? I'm sorry I'm asking you to write so many comments, but लिख के याद होगा and you'll only become better. So please write. When a swing low breaks in an uptrend, it's a sign of weakness. Please write this, pause the video, write it, absorb it, post it in the comments, and then move forward. I want you to learn this step by step. So as soon as this happens, a downtrend has started. Now in a downtrend, the opposite happens. See, look at this. You get a lower swing high, lower swing high, lower swing high. It means every time the market went up, someone said, nahi, opportunity aa gaya, bech do. Every time the market goes up, nahi, opportunity aa gaya, bech do. And the market's falling. They don't want the market to go up. There is supply every time the market tries to go up. It is weakness. Now, what we should be interested in is how do we spot a crisis using this information? It's very simple. When we are in an uptrend, identify the latest swing low, and when that swing low breaks, that means this is danger. Now notice I'm saying danger and I'm not saying downtrend, because for a downtrend you need these lower swing highs, which we don't know, but we know that the money flow is not on the upside anymore, at least temporarily. So let's see this with a few examples. Now I have Nifty 50 over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the crises that we've had from 2000 all the way to 2023. 20 years. Let's see what we have. First, we see this nice up movement over here from 1999 to 2000. This was called the dot-com boom. A lot of people in the office were born at that time, 2000. But at this time was the dot-com boom. So let's see what is our latest swing low. Over here, we can see we have one swing low here. We have another swing low here. We have one more swing low here. Okay. And then we have this pattern which broke this swing low. We don't need the candles to close below any of this. If it just touches and goes significantly below it, it's enough. We can see here that this swing low was broken and the market went sideways. Now you'll notice that this is a monthly chart of Nifty. We can see here as soon as this broke, market went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And then it broke down. So it went from a high of 1800 to a low of 850. What is that? It's more than 50%. And you would have found that the trend changed here. So when the market is falling, now you can tell that, hey, this fall over here is not a crisis, but this fall over here means that the uptrend is in question. Now the problem is, once you know this, how do you know where the re-entry is? The re-entry is very simple. When you become bullish, is when a lower swing high breaks. So that means you want the market to basically cross the swing high. So let's see what we have here. This is our point saying the trend is weak. The market falling down. We have a swing high here. We don't break it. We have another swing high here. We don't break it. And we have this nice swing high here. You see that? That's perfect. And this green candle breaks that swing high and the market then rockets from 1092 all the way to, oh wow, forever. It keeps going up to 6000. And so I think this is an interesting method. This is what price action is. It's basically mass psychology. Let's see another example, again of a crash. And I'm sure you've heard of 2008, right? Let's look at the first step. You have to look at a swing low that is broken. So we have a swing low here. We have another swing low here. We have another swing low here, market goes, and this red bar right here. So June 2nd, 2008, when the swing low breaks, we say, okay, the uptrend is in danger. We don't know that the market will crash. No one does, but we know that people are now selling. And we see after that, the market went sideways and then it crashed. So in this case, it seemed to have worked well. Now we have to see when does the reversal happen. For the reversal, we need a swing high to break. So this is our first swing high. Then this is our next swing high. And this is just perfect. Sometimes you're not so lucky. Sometimes you don't get a swing high perfectly. It comes late. But in this case, we were a bit lucky. So this swing high breaks over here with this candle and the trend changes. And you know what happened after that, right? I think the market went up. This is also interesting. Sometimes swing lows break here and the market just goes sideways for an entire 2 years. So, I mean, it helps either way. Let's see another crash. Let's see Corona actually, that would be interesting. So let's see what happened. There it is. So this is interesting. So during Corona, this is our swing low, correct? Does everyone agree? This bar closed, went below it and we said, okay, now the trend has changed, the market is going down. But in this case, it actually reversed. So this happened. So we have a swing high here and we have another small swing high here. Or at this point, you would have said, okay, now the trend is up. So here it just flash crashed and then went up sort of. That's what happened in Corona. You didn't really get great entries or exits here. Now the question is what's happening in 2023? Let's see. So in 2023, this is our swing low. It's already broken. It broke the second time. Then it reversed. Okay, so this failed. We were supposed to go into a downtrend, but we did not. Although the world did, by the way, the US did. This swing high recently actually broke, which means that the reversal has happened. But we have another swing low right here. And as of release of this, that low on Nifty spot is 16747. Lowest we've been so far is 17,799. So if we move just a little bit lower, we can say that the uptrend is in question and we could be in danger. So that's basically how you deal with crises and find out what the long-term trend is. I don't know if you'd find this interesting, but I think there are 3 ways to learn. One is knowledge, or there are 3 parts to learn, right? The second part after knowledge is going to be action. And I call this learn by doing, right? Learn by doing. And then finally, 3, you have community. Which means other people, peers, friends are talking to you, giving you feedback. So this is actually how LearnApp works. And we have a 2-day experience that you should definitely try out. It's a 2-day experience where you learn about trading and investing and even options. These are 3 different experiences done over every weekend where you are not only taught something, you actually build stuff during the session. So it's not a lecture, you'll actually build, and then you'll make friends with other traders who are trying to learn this in the similar journey. But there's a small problem. Everyone's not invited because most of you are actually lazy people who will probably never be able to trade or invest in your life. You're doing this for fun. So we have an application process and only 30-40% people are accepted into this. So please fill it up only if you're serious. Otherwise, go to the next video, go to YouTube. This is not for you. You should definitely check this out. If you have any questions about the current market, about how trends work, you should definitely ask in the comments. We read every single comment and hopefully we can help you out. This video's objective was to teach you when markets fall, is it going to be a crisis? And when markets rise, is it a reversal? Hopefully that should have answered your question. See you in the next video.